I hope your front door is locked and your phone is switched off. It's match time, and nothing can come in the way of a head coach and his Blood Bowl.
Hello! Good evening and welcome back to the Sage streaming Blood Bowl 2. Over here on Discord, I've got Draysen with me. Hi, Draysen.
Evening.
Hello. Can you guys hear Draysen all right? So, Draysen and I are going to be playing a training match. Could you please tell the viewers just what you would be most interested in learning from this?
Sure. So, a couple of games I've had recently. I mean, you saw my level last time, sort of not very high, but not drastically low. And the problem I have is with just a basic column defense. So when I'm playing, I play bashy teams, and when I play against other bashy players, that's fine because we all get in the middle and have a big rumble. But when I'm playing against elves with a bunch of dodge, and they just allow me to get one hit per turn with a blitz, obviously in an ideal world for them, I mean, and then just set up columns, I have real problems sort of knowing what to do at all with that. And also, a tiny bit of sort of general lizard advice would be cool. I'm planning to just run out my basic lizard team. It's about 1,200 or something.
So, so far your main race has been Chaos, but you're focusing on lizards a bit more now?
Yep.
Which I think is great. I love lizards. I think they also are one of the teams that have one of the best potentials for actually getting past the elf screen. So that's good. I am 2 men down. However, I see that I don't have strip ball, so that's kind of good. So for the point of this exercise, I won't be cage busting too much, since the point is to defend passively. Mm-hmm. So that helps a bit when facing wood elves. Yeah, so I think this will do nicely. Oh, I've also got 200k, so that's kind of silly. Let's have a look at your team. Let's see. Oh yeah, they are pretty new. So
totally
your only two skill ups are doubles.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice. Although, you know, doubles on Nosaurus are nice later, but they're kind of an investment at the moment.
Yeah, but only two rerolls, which is meh.
Yeah, true. Right, so this is going to be tough, and I'm going to be handicapping myself a bit gameplay-wise to make sure you get the opportunities to play what you need to play.
Sure.
So let's see, Slibbly is 250k, so I just get Slibbly and a wizard, something like that. And then I guess either 2 babes or a bribe. I could see you go with a bribe. You don't have great players to protect with the babes. And
I've only got 2 rerolls, though. Wouldn't a reroll be?
Yeah, I rarely go for that. Although, with 2 rerolls and no block, maybe. Yeah, you could do that. Sure. Here we go. Alright, so, what you might want to do... So a big part of the thing you want to focus on, getting past the elf screen, or actually the column defense, is make sure your players are stuck in such a way that I have to do lots of dodges, and that those dodges ideally are not going to be 2+, which
should I
involves... sure, whatever you prefer. I don't mind. I mean, we're going to play a defensive and an offensive drive.
Sure.
Right, so I'm defending. What I'm going to be doing is trying to really keep you from scoring all round. So obviously, one really good way to make sure I don't get to use my elf screen or my defensive position too much is to kill my players.
That'd be handy, yeah.
Right, so normally I would start up like this. I wouldn't go and defend the side straight away. Yeah, this is alright, I suppose. This is alright. So in this case, if I were you, I would probably be using my 3 die on the dodge wrestle guy.
Yeah.
since he's the one you need to POW, and if you can get a POW there, then that's already very helpful. Don't be afraid to use Slibley for blocking, by the way. Probably in the middle, because he has block, and you don't want to waste rerolls anyway. So using him is probably pretty good. Obviously, Surehand Skink is going to do the pickup.
Yeah. Move him there.
Be wary of the Frenzy. Wait, I don't have a Frenzy? Wait,
you do,
I had
do.
a Frenzy.
You do. Frenzy tackle, sidestep on the
there he
dancer.
is. There he is. Biggles has got Frenzy. Right. So keep that in mind while setting up. So I'd just be putting the dodge source on a flank, and your players are not going to really need assists. So I would rather put one source on each lineman, and then mark the side, protect the sides a bit more.
Okay.
Because now you've got a dodge source in the middle who's not really doing anything.
Yeah, I was just deciding where to put him, so you're saying him somewhere like that?
Well, I'd put him one square back so that on a perfect defense he's not marked. But yeah, this is fine.
And then something like that?
Yeah, that works splendidly, and I bring the skink in a little bit, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you always want to think if I were an elf that got a blitz, where would I go, and then prevent me from doing that.
Okay.
So at least this way, if I want to get to you, I'd have to take the long way around, which is
or
good
knock
for
out
you.
the dodge saurus.
Yeah, well, that's still the long way round. I mean, I guess I could try and blitz through Slibley, but his stand firm makes that not too good.
Yeah, not very appealing. Okay, so that's good enough?
Yeah, works for me. Right, so I've got kick. I'm going to kick it deep. There we go, into the corner. Right. Gusts of wind, but not a problem.
Shame.
So first off, you probably want to cover the ball before trying to pick up.
Yeah, and cover it with the second skink in the center, right?
Yeah, that's probably pretty good. Yeah, that's decent.
And is there a risk of frenzy? 1, 2, 3,
6.
4, 5, 6. Still worth it.
Yeah, it's a minor risk, but only if you leave me a gap to get through. I'm not going to leap to get that.
Right. And then you'd go for the pickup straight away? Show hands, so...
I don't think so, because it's still a 1 in 9 fail chance.
So take the 3 die.
Take the 3 die. Probably also just make my blocks, actually.
Yep.
Although if you don't have plans for the other skink, the one you've got up front, you could also bring him back and cover the area with the ball a little bit. There we go. See? Instant gratification. That already makes your getting past my defense a lot easier.
It does. So you were saying you'd bring back the the second line skink back to cover the ball.
Yeah, or at least, maybe one square wider. So you have some more control over this area, but it could also form the back 2 squares of a cage. Yeah, somewhere like there. So then your cage would probably be in front of that with 2 saurs there.
Okay, makes sense.
So these 3 saurs over here
on the left,
are very on the left exactly, are very far from the action. And the rightmost of those can almost form part of that cage. So I would bring him in.
To where?
To 2 squares in front of the skink. Yes, exactly. And if you're not planning on blitzing with the others, which you might want to blitz with one of them, blitz the dodge guy, and then at the end of your turn so that you can take the boat down if it happens. But I bring one of the others, so probably Tory Black, bring him to your right as well, just as far as you can go. There's fine.
Technically, they're all female names.
All right.
Right.
I'd just be making probably the Slibley block at this point, because he's got block. It's okay. You can do the other one too. It's not a real big issue. So you've got grab, so you can actually stick me between yourself and the crocs if you like.
Oh, I was going to stick him in range of a block.
Oh yeah, that's potentially even better. Yeah, never mind. More blocks is good.
There. Follow that?
I wouldn't really. You're not going to tie me up there, I think.
Okay.
Probably.
No.
And,
no, you're right.
well, you might after the blitz, but just keeping your guys in a wall and in my way is probably worthwhile.
And this one?
I might actually. You really want to play connected, and I don't want to dodge my loners out, so if something fails, you've got more blocks coming.
Mm-hmm. And now we're looking at this this blitz. And would you blitz him out of the way or back into the middle?
I would do the pickup before the blitz, because that way, when you do the blitz, you can actually accept the both down as a good result. So one thing to consider is that the gap. So you've got a kind of cage-like spot, right? But it's only 2 tackle zones because your Mashame is off position.
Yeah.
You might want to consider actually leaving your skink right in front of the other skink, right in front of Asakura, because that would require me to leap through anyway.
Right, in front of rather than behind.
Right in front of Asakura instead of diagonally in front, because then you can cover it with more tackle zones.
And put the Dodgesaurus
one square back. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So let's do that. And grab this too. Yeah.
So the position in the back is not ideal, and if you had planned on this beforehand, which I or you could have done, then you would have put that skink on that corner. But now I still don't have an easy approach, right?
No, it's not magical, right? Okay. And now we're blitzing the dodge lineman out or in.
In, I would say. Bring him in, yeah. Because his opportunity to move is mostly around, and you want to prevent that. Yeah, so if you had rolled the both down here, I would have just taken it.
Yeah, and on this case, I don't think I follow this one.
No, because that lands you in 2 tackle zones, but you might still want to mark him just with 1 tackle zone. I don't have block, so for me to hit you is not ideal. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Just force a dodge. I mean, he's got dodge, but...
Yeah, still. If I screw up something before that happens, that's good for you.
Sure.
Right. So I definitely want to be getting in your way. I might just block there. Let's see. So this guy's got launch guard, right? I think I'll just blitz this Rachel Starr character. So I don't particularly want to use Frenzy here, so I'll use the Movement 9 guy instead. So what you've got is already a position that kind of makes my columns a bit poorer.
Yeah.
Also, you seem to have brought the wrong armor.
The wrong set, yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. So we're going to go up front here. It's a bit sloppy, but you're not going to get very far anyway with this. Right, so I can assume I'll make that. I can go here. I'm willing to make this block here, but as you can see, it's forcing me to dedicate quite a bunch of players there, but it is paying off.
Uh-huh.
So your stunt guy is actually marvelously in the way.
That helps.
There.
So, right, what I would normally do in this situation, and what I've been doing and what hasn't been working, is I would essentially now try to connect everybody with everything, and then sort of move my cage up, and that led to cage dives being more effective because I didn't have enough guys around the cage, sort of providing a secondary screen for the cage, or simply only having 1 or 2 guys connected, and then they dodge those guys out. I get to make 1 blitz every turn, and I get to move about 1 square up, and I don't...
So, in case of this team, the prehensile tail is really important. Because the prehensile tail means me dodging out is very hard. So, do you see a spot that you think would appeal to you to put your tail into?
I see 3 potential spots, one being here, one being here because of the loner, and one being here because of the loner and because it's on the same side as my cage.
Yeah, so I think what you probably want to do in this case, because that flank is pretty well defended anyway, and you want your cage to move forward. So what I would be doing is just assume your cage is going to move forward, which means where your cage is now is not as important as where it will be at the end of your turn, right?
Right, okay.
So in that case, I would go for the 3 guys that you've got there next to each other. However, yeah, no, that guy's down, so yeah, that's probably where I'd put it.
So we're talking here.
Yes. Although, yeah, there's good. Yeah, there's good. So that means the Crocs is not going to be part of your cage, so you already kind of want to plan out where it's going to be. One thing to decide is, if you remove my loner, for instance, Bellarifin, that would let you move 1 square further with your cage than you otherwise could.
So it's a useful blitz in this case.
Yeah. Normally, if you had a Bloxsaurus, I would be blitzing him and then moving my cage. With
Slibbly?
With Slibbly, it becomes a bit less appealing because, double skulls suck and stuff. But I would probably still take that risk.
Or would you put Slibbly into position with his double guard?
Well, you could do that after the blitz, right?
Right, okay.
There's no
So we're standing
reason you
this... Whoa, Jesus, I nearly misclicked that. Right, okay.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
You would have rolled a 5 anyway.
So I should do everything else first, right? So the cage should move up to where to, or are we moving him back first to see if we can move the cage up?
Sorry, are we moving whom back?
Are we blitzing the loner first to see if we can move the cage 1 step forward?
Yes, exactly. That's what I would do. Because everything else is kind of screening your carrier off, and once you've done that, you know where things stand.
So Slibbly blitz. Okay.
Yeah, fine. And so in this case, I wouldn't worry too much about me blocking the Croxigore. Yeah, I would have probably picked a square forward rather than to the side.
Really?
But since you stunned him, it doesn't matter.
I thought that we were going to fill that space, so I was better off moving you to one side and trying to sort of wall you off from it and making it harder for you to come across.
That could work. So in this case, since he's already stunned, you might want to put Slibbly next to my wrestle dodge guy.
Here?
Because you've got guard. Yeah, then guard is more effective. And then, so I would put my cage just diagonally behind the Croxigore.
So here.
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
Here,
yes, that's the one. And I usually prefer to leave the back 2 squares of my cage to the skinks.
Yep.
Especially now that you've got Slibbly, that's also very elegant because it puts your 3 skinks in your most defensible positions.
Speaking of which, off topic slightly, but team composition. How many skinks? What sort of lineup? What numbers of line? I couldn't decide on whether you're looking at. I mean, you can't get dirty player without a double, right? And how many skinks to prepare for the skink? Basically, I don't know much about.
All right. So the basic setup that you start off with. Let me fix your turn first.
This guy next to the loner.
Yeah, that works just fine.
This guy in between here.
Well. Let's just pretend we're not playing Wood Elves because I'm trying to... So I would be more worried about that side for now.
Here?
Yeah. So,
yeah. Okay.
Your question was... The team composition. How to build your lizard team.
Yeah.
So I would say that you want the default setup, which is Croxigore, 6 Saurus, 4 Skinks.
Yep.
That's the starting setup. First thing you do is get Napo.
Yep.
Second thing you do is get a third reroll.
Yep.
Third thing you do is probably replace that dead Saurus that you got by then.
Yeah.
But that's the basics, right? And personally, I don't really care about the 12th skink all that much. The 12th player, I mean. It's
Okay,
nice. It's nice, but it's really not crucial.
Do you not get your skink killed every game? Because I do.
No. Typically,
Right.
what I do is I try to prevent that.
Oh, well, yeah, so do I. But
My Saurus tend to get blocked a lot, and my skinks tend to get blocked not that much.
Okay.
Right.
You never... Okay, so second question, which leads on from that. Do you use skinks for assists much?
Only if I have to.
Okay. Because I sometimes find that versus like orcs as an example, they've got too many guys that can be involved in a fight, and if you don't have you're sort of 3 men down, as it were, from having the 3 skinks. I appreciate you've got a bunch of strength 4 and 5 as a result of that, and that's lovely. But you're simply down on guys, and when guard starts to get involved,
Yeah. So the thing is, you want to, or at least I, when I play as lizards, I really want to prioritize my own guard very, very quickly. So what I do is I stay away from Mighty Blow early on.
take block on everybody.
I stay, yeah, well, block, but not just that, but I like to take block and guard before Mighty Blow or Break Tackle.
On all 6?
Well, maybe on the first 5 or something.
Right.
Yeah, so now I'm in the situation that you want me to be in, which is I'm going to be dodging out with against tail, basically. And there we go. Paid off. That's how you do it. That's the prehensile tail for you. Right. So now instead of being able to form my column defense, which was what I was getting to, your prehensile tail has already prevented that.
Right. And so lizards really are so much better at this than the chaos already.
Yes. But your chaos elves are the worst matchup for chaos. And your ability to bash teams is considerable.
So just a general, I'll tell you what I would do, and then you can tell me why it's wrong.
Yeah.
I would bash the loner that's in front of my cage in order to try and free up some space. I'd bash him towards the Croxigore in case I need to hit him again to get him out of the way.
That's not bad.
And that frees up some space, and I can hopefully move my cage up a few squares.
Well, you want to consider that
or just
if
smack the
you're
other 2 guys and go around the left.
Yeah, that's what. So the thing is, your Saurus there has 2 dice on the thrower. Your Crox has 3 dice on the catcher potentially, or the other way around. Your Crox has 2 dice and then your Saurus has 3. But I would do the 3 dice with the Crox on the catcher.
Yeah.
And so if you get a POW there, then you're way further than you are now. Yeah, standing up is obvious.
He's standing up and going where? Here?
You might also consider blitzing with the guy that's down now, though. Because he doesn't get very far anyway, and then you've still got the other 2 to reposition with at your leisure.
This guy?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
Alright, let's do that first. Nope.
Yeah, so then the plan to put him on the Crocs, and so the trouble is you really don't want to advance down the center here, I think. You probably would have liked to advance around the flank. Although the thing is, you want to see how far can I get with that cage, right? Because in the center, I've got these 2 loners. You don't want to wind up next to them.
Yep.
This could be a 3-die, by the way.
What could be a 3-die?
The Crocs blocking the loner.
Bringing up 1 guy to...
Yeah. So you really want to consider where am I going to wind up if this works, or where am I going to wind up if it doesn't work? Because at the moment you've got, so the cage is still secure, so you can afford to take some risks, but you want to see, like, if I make these blocks, where are my guys going to be, and is it actually worth moving my cage through there?
Yeah, at the moment it looks like I'd be better just trying to move my cage a bit round to the left. Should I maybe ignore the loner, leave him there, and take... Oh no, I now can't take a 3-die on the... because I've put the...
No, because he doesn't take a 3-die on the catcher.
Yeah,
because
I'd rather do that.
Yeah, that works. That way you do isolate those two, right? If you... Oh, or that's the throw. Yeah, well, the order doesn't matter.
But I thought the order does matter, because this way I get 3-die. Without it, I didn't have it.
Yeah, you do, because the catcher's strength 2.
Oh, god damn it.
5 versus 2 is already a 3-die beforehand.
Right,
but that's okay.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
So now this one?
Yeah, that's all right. Oh, well, one of them's good.
Is it? It's not worth a reroll.
No, with the Crocs? It's got loner.
Oh yeah, good call. But
yeah,
you've got
so
sidestep,
now,
that was why I was...
Yeah, I've got sidestep, which well, you knew you were risking that, which is why it's nice that you hadn't moved the cage yet.
I
so,
think we follow. I'd rather have it on that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got it on that guy, plus the loner now cannot dodge out without getting into the Crocs, or at least without rolling a 3+.
Yeah.
And then a 2+, so that's good.
So now... we can't do much, really. Move the cage 1 square left and punch the block guard guy.
Yeah, that looks like just about what you've got as options. Yeah, so if you had gotten the loner down, you could have considered moving it forward.
Yeah.
But, you're not in a huge hurry. You've got movement 8 on your carrier. It's turn 3. You don't want to score fast. You want to score turn 8 if you can. So... I've still got 2 guys who need a 3+ to dodge out. However, I might be getting an easy hit on a skink now. That's nice.
With the dancer.
Yeah, if I can, why not? This one. So Slibley, I don't know if you've played with Slibley before.
Nope.
But he's marvelous. He is really, really marvelous. He's got block. And guard, which makes him super reliable for a big guy. Most big guys are really dumb players. They're fun but risky.
Right.
And Slibley is safe.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Also, stand firm is really nice on Saurus. Grab and plus movement, not so much. But then most stars aren't perfect.
Grab. You don't like grab?
Well, I wouldn't invest in grab if you were my player.
I take your point. But it's not like one of those where you see a star player that's been given pass block or something and he's a bloody minotaur. It's like...
Yeah, exactly. So I really want this guy out. I would be willing to spend a reroll on that, so let's do it. This is also always a consideration for me. If I would reroll this, then I want to do it now. If I wouldn't reroll this, then I want to do the blitz first.
Okay.
Yeah. So because he's got frenzy, I brought this guard assist in.
I was wondering, right.
Yeah, because I didn't want the follow-up to be a 1-die. In case I pushed. Right, so now I've got this dodge. That works. So now I've got a 3+, 2+ there. There. Yes, no. There. Denied!
So first priority is that there's the guy on my ball carrier. And...
Yeah, he doesn't have sidestep. He does have sidestep.
Yeah, he's just standing up, right? There's no...
Yeah, Slibley is just standing up.
Right. So then, it seems to me I should be doing something with this guy at the back right that's currently doing nothing, so try and make him useful.
Just responding to chat, that's not the case. You don't need 21-0 to beat 20-0. You can get something like 31-0 or maybe even 30-1 would also beat 20-0. Because, you know, as your total game number grows, the the needed win percentage for the same score works. Wow, words. The win percentage you need to get the same score goes down as your game count increases, basically. Which means that you can make up for early ties and losses by playing more, but not as crazily much as we did before. Alright, back to you. So what you want to take into account is that I've got sidestep.
Yeah, I was seeing that, and I was just trying to figure out how to do much about it. I was thinking,
well, so
set my Crocs up somewhere else.
There's only 2 squares that I can sidestep to that are next to your carrier.
Yep.
So if you fill up one and then blitz from the other, then I cannot stay next to you. See that?
Yes.
That's the most player count effective way to deal with it.
Right, so to do something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So before I do that, I'll set up the other guys then. So
what I would also be doing in your case is bring Tory Black next to Slibley, so that I can't 2-die Slibley again.
So here?
Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't lock me down, but at least it prevents me from easily knocking him over and then bringing 2 players to freedom again.
Mm-hmm. And would you be putting this guy here?
No, I wait to see whether I can get my carrier free and then move him into the cage or around the cage.
Same with Crocs, or?
Well, I'd leave the Crocs for now, because if your play fails, you really don't want him to have boneheaded. In fact, I might even not act with the Crocs this turn and make him the front corner of my cage. Oh, that's nice. Right. Yeah. So if I were you, I'd be eyeing that for a foul.
Yeah.
Because it's also my only tackle, my only frenzy. And since I know this, I'm trying to put him into a corner that's not easy for you to foul well.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So the thing is, the Croxigore has bonehead, as you're probably well aware.
Yep.
Which means that simply moving him 1 square is a very little gain, and it's a 1 in 6 chance that you lose him for the turn. Then again, you do want his tail in. Yeah, tricky. So you can get a full cage without him, right?
Yep.
Then I'd still use him. So you want to do that now, because knowing whether he's there or not, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Loner. The guys with no dodge skill. That's good. Yeah. So then your cage is probably going to be 2 squares. Yes, exactly. Very good. You don't have to worry too much about the frenzy this turn.
Yeah, it's a little way off.
So you might consider... Wait, this skink is marked. Yeah, this is fine then. Yeah, this looks pretty decent.
Something like that to stop you getting in on the other skink to get on my corner again?
It's fine. And you're also covering all your skinks from getting blitzed.
Oh! No.
Alright. I really want to leap your cage, but I feel like that's defeating the point of the exercise.
So far, I don't remember a turn where you've just had a bunch of columns in front of me, which is what I actually have a problem with.
Well,
but
but
you've been showing me how to stop it from happening. So
yeah, that's exactly it. You're once my columns are up and I have everything that I need, you're kind of already screwed-ish. Right, so I'm going to remove the Crocs here. And... oh, that's okay. And get my dancer here in case you switch sides. Get my thrower down there. Let's see, I've got dodge here and there and there. Ooh, dodge skill paying off. So... Actually... Screwed that up. So this still leaves a gap that I'm not too happy about. But now it doesn't. Oh! Now it does! So, you were saying about me not having columns?
So, in a league game, I'd be tempted, and I think this is where I normally go horribly wrong, I'd be tempted to lightning bolt the catcher that's in front of me, hope to God he goes down, blitz the thrower, and thus I'd be able to move my cage up to the end zone and not worry about your columns for the rest of the game.
The lightning bolt is not for offense. The lightning bolt is for defense. So, besides, you've got a pretty easy route here, right?
Knock the loner out.
Yeah, knock the loner out. So you want to see how far can I get. Now, bear in mind that if you block with Slibbly, you can free up the other guy, or the other way around, actually, because Slibbly has movement 7, so he can get very far, right? 2, 4, 6, 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get up
Yeah,
there.
so
Yeah, okay.
He could be a front corner of a safe-ish cage there.
I can put my cage on your logo, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. You just want to get one square further because of the dancer that's there. But yeah, you can get very really far.
I mean, it's going to be hard to get the back corner, isn't it? The other front corner.
Your skink might be able to get there.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So then your back corners become your Saurus. Your front corner becomes your skink, which is fine because that's actually the safe side. Since you just passed me by, 1 GFI is acceptable risk to get that much distance, I think.
And so you're blitzing with who? With
Either
with one of the guys at the back. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. One of the ones that doesn't have to move very far. So either Marcia May or one of the two at the back. And I would use one of the two at the back because if you roll 1 in 9, then at least your cage is still intact.
Yeah, yeah. So it's simply run up, knock him over knock him towards the cage. Oh, interesting.
Diagonally forward, yeah, towards the square that you can't dodge through anyway. You want to stand up the Crocs first, though. He's not going to move.
Sure, but this way.
Yeah.
All right, okay. But if I only get pushes, then I'm going to push him onto a corner of my cage.
Yeah, but if you blitz him the other way and you only get pushes, then you're not going to get past either.
Fair point. Right, so let's do it this way, this way.
And I mean, staying where you are right now for a turn is not really... Oh, you've got 3, yes. You do want to reroll that. So, however, a cage plan that relies on a GFI with no reroll... I wouldn't do that unless I felt that I have to.
Okay. I
would. The fact that you used your reroll here for me would already be enough reason to consolidate.
Okay.
So block with Slibbly instead of with the other guy. Bring your Saurus in rather than out. Bring the guy at the back forward, probably.
Put this guy in here to finish the blitz action.
Sure. Yeah, that works. They've both got dodge, but snakes happen. So bring the backfield Saurus forward.
Next to the dancer.
I would probably put him 3 squares behind your Crocs so that they form a screen. Make it harder for me to get to your cage. Yes. Having a cage that's also screened off is a great way to make it harder for War Dancers, for instance, to get to you.
Okay, and then you will block him with Slibbly?
Yes, absolutely. There you go. I would pick the POW push because now you can put me somewhere that I can't dodge away from, so it's just straight forward, and then follow.
Straight towards my cage?
Straight, yeah, 1 square forward in the direction you blocked in, sorry. Not forward in the pitch
Right.
orientation.
I was wondering whether you meant yeah.
Yeah.
And the last three
Tory
swords.
back can probably tie up my kicker, so stand there.
There.
Yeah, it's tricky because you want to consolidate, but you also want to,
And now punch the loner.
yeah. So this is a scary one. If you feel this one, it's kind of okay. Yeah, you still got 3 turns, and you've already got a scoring threat, right? I mean, if this were turn 8, you could just run it in.
Yeah. I mean,
That's for reference how good lizards are at this. You don't need to get past my and they've got stunties, so you can succeed at those dodges fairly well. You need to roll 2 3+ from this exact situation to get there.
that's a bit mad.
You mean in terms of they shouldn't have it that easy?
That's basically what I was thinking. I was also thinking it's a bit mad that I hadn't really thought about that, and that I was always sort of trying to push forward when maybe I didn't need to occasionally.
Yeah, you were considering a lightning bolt in a
Yes.
situation where you have a 3+3+ scoring threat.
Yes.
That's how good lizards are.
And how bad I am, respectively.
You're used to chaos, and chaos need to get way further before they're threatening stuff. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I can't not do that, can I? I mean, how often do you get to surf a source, after all? So I need to help against this.
Godspeed, little fella.
How about some surfing? There we go. So this is a both down.
Woo!
That's not what I was going to say. It would have gone into a 1-die though, because your skink would have assisted on the follow-up, so it wasn't exactly safe.
Yeah, but a 1-die with a 3+ serve.
Damn elves. Yeah, so this is not super easy. I'm just gonna spend some time looking at this.
My understanding is Crocs punches loner. Assuming that goes well, we blitz the kicker, and then we move up diagonally to the right.
You block with the Crocs,
Yep.
blitz the kicker.
Yep.
Yeah, so the kicker, I tend to say if I need a POW for a hit, I assume I'm gonna roll a push.
Yeah, I'm looking for a push. So you just push him up next to your Rog guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then move through the gap and use the 2 Sauri that are already there to form a cage-ish.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that
you
works.
moved it.
That works. Would you like me to make that harder on you? No.
Yeah. What are we doing with the down skink? This is where I often make mistakes. So what's the most useful thing to do with this down skink?
I would wait until after Slibley has blocked, and then move him diagonally forward to your right.
You're blocking with Slibley first, right? Okay.
Well, I mean, not right now, but you could move him around, swing him around the right side now, but you'd buy him a square by blocking with Slibley at some point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're doing the Slibley block first.
Well, you're doing the necessary blocks to advance first.
And would you do Slibley plus Blitz, or would you do Crocs plus Blitz?
Well, you need the Crocs one to get past. So I would probably start with a Blitz because you've got a reroll for that.
Yeah. And start to form a cage, potentially.
Yes.
Where's the cage going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
This sounds like good thought process. if you're planning where the cage is before you're making the blitz there, that's very good.
So assuming that we get a push on that guy, then we need the cage to be one square away from him, so it can be there. So I'm planning to have the ball carrier standing there.
Right. Yeah. I think you might be able to manage. Yeah, no, that's good. I like that. Yeah, do that. All right, and now we're all POW.
Nope.
So the Crocs isn't going to blitz him, but putting him on the Crocs is still fine because tail is nice. Yeah, so the Crocs block doesn't have to be a success per se, because you can push him into someone who can block, but it has to be a push at least.
Yeah.
If it's not, you're rather screwed. Ah, it is a push. So I would not be following up here unless it gives you a 3-die, which it actually does.
Does it? No.
Yes. With the guy who's... Oh, wait, no, sorry. Because the dancer is free. No. Because my dancer is anti-assisting there.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah. Okay, so I guess we...
So the guy who's on the dancer...
this guy.
Is probably your best bet because he's marked anyway.
Yeah. So he's
at this point, so if this were earlier in the half, you would want to focus on hitting that dancer. But at this point, you want to focus on getting as many guys forward with you because you're in turn 6. Yeah, that's really that shifting of priorities from hitting juicy targets early versus getting your ideal position later. That's a very important shift in how to play Blood Bowl.
Okay.
This looks.
Do you have how do you go about deciding when to? Whoa! God,
don't do that. Don't do that. So your skink is not going to reach the back corner of your cage, but you do still have a reroll. So I would have considered actually doing that. Actually moving those two sorrows into more blocky positions, or at least one of them.
Yeah.
And then using the cage as the skink as the back corner. Because
now don't I use the skink as that corner and put the blodge saw the dodge saurus?
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Put him in there, and then put him in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put him in there.
Yeah, he could have been one forward if you'd done that before moving the skink. I think.
Yeah.
Details.
This guy then hits so that we get the extra movement on the skink.
Yeah, you might have considered. I didn't think of that either. You might have considered. So this guy goes away from your cage. Probably straight back so that you can get in his way. Well, this works. He's a loner anyway. He's not going to matter much. Yeah, so this does mean you didn't save the extra square.
Didn't save the square.
But it doesn't matter. He can still contribute as screening action. So one thing you might have considered was actually leaving your Marsha May prone. And then dodging her out at the end of the turn. On your left flank.
Okay. Dodging a Saurus out, that wouldn't have occurred to me.
Well, the alternative
is the surf, which is now incoming.
Is this one. Oh, which is now not incoming. Well, still. So, I mean, just dodging out, on a 5 it works, but that's not why you're doing it. You're doing it so that you don't get surfed.
Yeah.
Because, especially for high armor guys, they're really very safe unless they get surfed.
Okay, and sorry, my brain is doing a bit of a run around, but going back slightly to the team setup, you mentioned that you'd sort of go Apo, then third reroll,
and then save up to 150k.
Ready for the... Why? Hang on, why?
Because I'd rather have money to replace a Saurus than have an extra skink.
Right, okay, so you're going super defensive, yeah, okay.
My skinks do get hurt sometimes. It happens. But when they do, I play with one skink fewer. And turns out your team doesn't play that much differently. Look at what you've been doing with your 2 skinks that don't have the ball. How much poorer would your team have been if you didn't have those guys?
Not so much.
Yeah, that's exactly my point here.
I've just had a weird visual bug. Like I'm still looking at the leap view, as it were.
All right, that's interesting. If you hit escape, it'll probably fix that.
Oh, it did. Sweet. Right. Okay.
Right, so that's a loner. That's not good. So you see how Slibley's screening is actually helping you a lot here?
Because you can't get this guard guy in.
You've got the Skink and the Slibley to screen off your cage, which now is potentially going to save your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy's not going in there. I guess this guy could do this. No, I guess he couldn't.
Go on, Saurus. Ah.
By the way, you guys in chat, sorry for not paying too much attention to what you're saying at the moment. I will be doing a short Q&A after this game because I do want to interact with you guys, but I feel like when Draysen is paying me to teach him, I shouldn't be spending all my time talking to you. Sorry. Right.
Sorry, guys. So, question. Do we stand up Marsha May? You'd need to get an assist in. Otherwise, I'm leaving a frenzy war dancer to do nasty things. I kind of still am. If I just stand him up, he's still got a 2+ twice.
Even if I half die him at the end of my turn, it's kind of shitty for you.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
since the dancer, I mean, unless you can really tie him up, I can still use him if I want to. The only thing you're doing is giving me the option of surfing. Well, I'm not actually. If standing him up meant I couldn't use my dancer, it might be worth it. But
okay.
I can still use the dancer if I want to. You're just giving me the option of surfing and not using the dancer.
Understood. So I'm assuming, therefore, priority in this one is that dancer doesn't have sidestep, so I can punch him away. Then it's using my downed skink with sure hands to pick up and trying to form a new cage. Is that the?
Yes, definitely.
Right.
That sounds. That's priority wise, but is it also action sequence wise? For instance, Rachel Starr.
Yeah.
You might want to use her onto the thrower, for instance.
Onto the thrower rather than onto the ball in case this all goes wrong?
Oh, yeah. Maybe. It's turn 7, right? You want to cover your forward position as well. Your ball carrier is going to go 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can be quite far with your ball if this does succeed. So
are you suggesting the place where I'm positioning now, or the place next to the ball?
This is where I'd go, because you're also keeping my sidestep dancer from moving, my sidestep catcher from moving too far.
Okay, and then we're punching the dancer with the Saurus behind him?
Yes.
Do we need to move that skink that's free first, or are we just leaving him screening for now?
I'd leave him there. I'd definitely leave him there.
You wouldn't consider moving him up so that he could be a handoff scoring threat? Does that not make sense?
In case either of these fail. It's a 1 in 81, right, for you to turn over here. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Well, if it fails, you might be more screwed. Yeah, this is a really tricky one, because if it costs you the opportunity for scoring next turn, that sucks. But if it makes it easier for me to snatch the ball and okay, sure, move him up.
To here? No, here.
Where's your cage gonna be? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make him the top, from the front right corner of your cage, I think.
Here?
One square forward and right from there. That's where your cage is going to be.
Okay. I was going to have the cage one square right. Okay, so smacking this guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that could have been better. If you follow this up, you can chain push him away so that your
push him towards the middle of... Push him towards your touchdown zone?
Towards where you're scoring, yes. Exactly. Because now you've got another block with this guy, and you can actually push him away again. And if this is a POW, you've actually freed up the other skink too. Ooh, that's not good. This is definitely worth a reroll. Right, so you don't free up the other skink. However, oh, you're blocking from there. Oh, sorry, I meant the chain push option with the other source.
Oh, idiotic. Right, okay.
This is why you were following up also, to get
Right.
the chain push. Because then you would free up the sure hands guy, even on a push.
I made a big error. Right, okay.
Well, I wasn't very specific.
So I think I've got to hit him with this guy now to get him away from the short hands guy.
Yeah, either that or dodge out with the sure hands. It's equally risky. However, consider what happens if you fail.
Okay. So he
right.
goes.
Yeah. So if you fail the block, then your sure hands guy is down and your source is down. Whereas if you fail the dodge out, only the skink is down. Right. Pickup's good. So you see why that skink is the corner. 3, 2. Oh, one square right. Oh,
Too late.
yeah. Sorry, time stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So you definitely want to block that dancer away, I think. Good. If you can get us a little... Oh, you still got 2 seconds.
Follow?
No. Definitely don't follow. Because if you follow that, I can just block him away. And then blitz in somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, that was chaos. That was absolutely, and not in a good way.
I've had that. I thought you liked chaos.
I love chaos, but
I've had that so many times. It's terrible. Usually not in 4-minute turns, but then I do talk a lot.
that's absolutely fine. You know, that's the you know, I can play a bunch of league games. I'm trying to listen to you at the same time, so it's good.
Nice. 5, 6, 8. Okay.
When are you taking a frenzy on a Saurus? How much do you worry about surfing with lizards?
I think surfing with lizards is great. So what I said before, I like having block and guard on a lot of them. Have one with block, break, tackle, but not one of the first few.
Block, break, tackle, and then tackle.
Yes. So that
Not
guy
block,
can
tackle, and then break tackle.
could do that. Either works.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you want one guy who can blitz no matter what, but just the one is fine, and then spam a lot of guard, and then get one frenzy maybe. So what I would do maybe is like the first 4 get guard, the 5th get break tackle or tackle, and the 6th gets frenzy.
Yep.
And then the frenzy gets stand firm next.
Yeah.
The tackle gets break tackle next.
Yep.
Or vice versa. And probably they both get guard as well, although the break tackle one gets mighty blow first. Then you've got a really solid squad. If you've got one frenzy stand firm for the surfing, you've got one mighty blow tackle break tackle for hunting down skinks and stuff. And you've got just this wall of guard for everyone else.
Okay. It sounds like how I play orcs. But the the block guard guys are following that up with mighty blow, or?
Well, you've got options. I mean, dodge is nice there.
Yeah, I mean, if I got it on one guy. So that's... I've been meaning to level this team up so much, but like, well,
that doesn't matter.
I've had so much work this week; it's been killing me.
So I do think you want you want some mighty blow. So the block guard guys also make great line of scrimmage dudes, right?
You stick stand firm on them, you mean?
Well, just blocking guard is fine.
Oh, right.
And then if you want value for that, you can actually Yeah, so this one die is kind of dangerous, but I'll do it. There. So now... I think... this works. And... if I go... here... what I was saying, ooh, that's bad.
Can I ask why the... Oh, okay. Oh!
Why this other guy went in there?
Why the dancer instead of the wrestle guy was going to be my question.
But, well, between block and tackle, and frenzy, he's got a lot of very helpful skills.
I saw that immediately after I started the question, hence I didn't finish it.
So you're going to push a guy onto the ball anyway. You're going to do that anyway. You know what? I'm just going to be friends with him.
So the stunned show hands guy's annoying. He's standing up, I guess.
Yeah, I think I mean you can build perfectly fine lizards who take mighty blow after block on most of their skill ups. It works. But the thing is you're in a phase where you really want to learn about positioning and outstrengthening and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And as you already know, guard is so good for that. And lizards with their 6 strength 4 are probably the best at guard spamming.
Okay.
I mean, orcs can do it very well. Armor helps, and they've got 8 guard strength access positionals. And, you know, Chaos can do it well because Beastmen have strength as well. But
just to avoid time pressure later, I'm pushing a guy. I assume Crocs is pushing the guy onto the ball. Or no, hang on, wait.
Yeah, you could do that.
So, or push him with the guy that's adjacent. No, because he's got sidestep, so that doesn't work. So Crocs pushes him onto the ball.
Hopefully
then it could go wrong
somewhere. It can go wrong. You're in a pretty shitty spot.
Is it not better to just knock? Oh no, but if I hit the catcher with sidestep, he's just definitely going to stay next to it.
Yes. And so yes, strength on a Saurus is amazing. It's splendid. I had a Saurus with strength, blodge, guard, break tackle, and tackle. So you had someone who could dominate the LOS, who could blitz wherever he wants to. He could even cage dive if need be, and he used his strength 5 guarder. That was just so awesome. Okay, POW helps, because otherwise I'd be guaranteed to be on the ball.
No! Whoa.
Oh, I failed it because tackle zones. Wow,
beautiful.
It was a 5+. This bounce is really good for you. At the moment, you're gonna want to remove that catcher. At the moment, you've got a 3 die on him, so I would take that with Riley Raid.
Yep.
And there we go.
Not onto the ball, correct? Oh no, you get to choose.
Yes,
so, yeah.
yes, onto the ball.
Follow?
Definitely onto the ball. Sure. The one reason you might not want to follow
is in case he caught it.
Yeah. So now the good news for you is that you can afford to.
It's 1 GFI and 1 dodge. If I didn't want to blitz.
I would not dodge that. I would definitely blitz that.
Okay.
So because you managed to free up the ball without using your blitz action, that's what I was going to say. You can just push the... Well, actually, it's the same chance, isn't it? Wait. Oh, you were going for him. Why not the other guy? Why not Naomi?
Sorry, to free up that guy. Because this guy can just... Oh, I see. All right, he can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And he's the same.
The dancer has sidestep, so you need a POW to get rid of him. And he's got tackle, so the dodge is poorer.
Right. So We
But
blitzed
I was gonna say, why don't you just blitz him? But it's actually the same risk, so it doesn't matter. I'm a bit too used to having block on my Saurus, in which case this is much better. There you go. Then again, on a dodge, you couldn't have gotten star player points and a kicker out.
Well, that's why I took it.
Yeah, chaos mentality. That's right.
Kill people. It's just ingrained.
Don't get your Saurus surfed if you fail the pickup. Just a hint.
Yeah, that's great. That's the sort of thing I would definitely miss.
Yeah, those are pretty minor things, but they can add up. Yeah.
So Slibbly
Nothing
to where
for
in case it all goes wrong. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
4.
you could put a guard on the dancer so that I have a harder time blocking that skink, I suppose. Hey,
like
movement 7 paying off. Right, so that's a 3+2+ with reroll. Not bad.
Yep.
There we go. And Snake Eyes. No. Excellent. Well done. Yeah, you're beating, what else? 500k up?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. I mean, you've got through your defensive drive. That's the hard part. Now, your offensive drive. Stalling and stuff. Now you just gotta either make me score or defend well. Making me score is probably easier.
Something like this.
For lizards, what I really like is to dominate the front line. What I would do is I would put
Saurus on it.
no, not like that. What I would do is I would put Slibbly in the middle because guard, and then put the two that you have on the corners now 1 square forward. Yes. And then bring the other 2 out towards the flanks. I've got Frenzy, so that sucks. You could even put them 1 square further out. And then you can put your skinks behind one out and a back, maybe? Even? There. So now you're you're controlling quite a large swath of the pitch, basically. And if I want to block your line of scrimmage, I'll need to remove one of those 2 that you've put near it, see? Because of
assists.
Because of assists, exactly.
Assists otherwise. Right.
Yeah.
Especially with the guard in the middle. Right. Okay.
Yeah. This setup. What I do if I have a better lizard team, if you have 3 guard, or ideally if you have a plus strength Saurus with guard, is I would put strength 5 guard, strength 4 guard, strength 5 guard on the line.
Yes.
And then most teams, including some strength 4 teams, will just go, you know what, we'll go around them instead.
Speaking of which, we haven't spoken about Crocs. How are you leveling? What are you doing with your Crocs? What's
Guard, stand firm, retirement, until he gets block.
Right.
That's the plan. You don't want more than 2 normal skills unless he's got block. That's my logic.
Okay. And then once he's got the block, what are you doing with him? He's becoming a roadblock, like some sort of tentacle Minotaur, or?
Well, he is a roadblock because he stands in the way. He's got, but no, you see, the Minotaur is not a roadblock because the Minotaur has armor 8. The Minotaur is a target. So, and a roadblock needs to be able to reposition.
On that basis, would you ever give him? Would you ever give Crocs plus AV? I mean, I wouldn't, but I thought I'd ask.
On a 6+4 as his 5th or 6th skill, maybe. I think the jump from 8 to 9 is really good. The jump from 9 to 10, I mean,
iffy.
So I think after guard and stand firm, your 2 options are grab and break tackle. I wouldn't give him piling on. So grab and break tackle are your options, really.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to wind up with both at some point.
But you'd probably go with break tackle first, right? Because of his prehensile tackle.
I don't see the combination of those, really.
that you want to be able to put him in a position where his prehensile tail is useful, and break tackle allows you to put him in a position.
The thing is, if he has to dodge out, then he's probably already in a position where it's some use.
Well, not if he's just been marked by a loner or something, right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, you want to prevent getting into the situation where he becomes useless, and you quite often can, simply by how you position your the rest of your team.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to block this line of scrimmage. It's probably a terrible idea, but I'm going to have fun.
Wood elves, why not? I thought you had a tree man.
Yeah, I did, but he was M&G.
Oh.
Apparently it happens. I don't know, I haven't played this team in ages. So let's see, how do we... Ah, man, everything is a loner. Or a catcher. Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Nah, well. Let's see, so we blitz there. 1, 2 assists. Yikes. Long way around's looking more and more appealing, actually. So what I often do in these situations is I use a dodge guy on the square that I can dodge away from. See what I'm doing?
Sorry, hold on. Dodge guy. Yes.
Because he can use the reroll to get away.
Yep.
So he's less bothered by being in the tackle zone. Can I hunt a skink at all? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could hunt a skink here.
Sorry, I just read what the Lord Arcade had written.
So I could hunt a skink here, but I think it would be exposing my dancer too much.
Okay, and you would hunt my Asa Akira?
One of the two guys on the outside.
It doesn't really matter which one, right? Okay.
Yeah, well, they're pretty symmetrical, so yeah.
But I meant you'd hunt him. I mean, with your current setup, that's why I was asking. So you'd need to use your movement speed war dancer to make it round to him.
Well, I would use the tackle one and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could get a frenzy hit with just one dodge.
Okay, yeah.
Or not get the frenzy hit for free.
5 seconds.
So what I like about this setup is you're giving me a bit of a harder time to dominate one side. Because, you know, you want to protect your players, but with this many Saurus, you can actually protect your players and your squishies and protect the sides. Normally, you can't really do that. One thing I really like to do is if I have 2 stand firm Saurus, is put them 1 square out still. And then if you don't knock them down, you don't progress, period.
Okay, it's just occurred to me that this was turn 8 and I should have had my skinks on the back line.
Oh, yeah, me too. Right, so this gives us a lot of time to talk stuff over. So if your 2 Saurus that are on the flanks would be 1 square out.
Yeah.
With stand firm.
Yeah.
So for instance, I had this on my Lizard team on Fumble. I had one with stand firm and diving tackle. And blodge. Okay. And the other with stand firm and frenzy. And I would just put those on the flanks. So 1 square out from where they are now.
Yep.
And then the guys that are 1 square behind the LOS and to the sides would have guard.
Uh-huh.
So that even blitzing from that side wouldn't work.
Yep.
And then the 3 guys on the LOS would have strength 5, strength 4, strength 5, all with guard.
Uh-huh. And where would the strength 4 one be?
In the middle. Because to block him, you would have to be in a tackle zone of one of the other 2 guarders. Whereas the strength 5 could be blocked from the outside with guard assists.
Yeah, making it harder. Okay. I really like the stand firm idea to get over to the side. Yeah, okay, I'm starting to see the benefits.
So I should have probably... Actually, your problem is... this is not a bad anti-one-turn setup. And this is not a one-turn setup at all, because I just forgot about that. Yes, such a pro. So yeah, it was actually... Well, this was pretty useless.
I thought you were going to do Operation Kick the Skink in the short and curlies. short and curlies.
Yeah, it's fine. So yeah, I wouldn't give guys stand firm just for that, but I do think once you have them, which you want on a diving tackle, which you want on a frenzy, then it becomes pretty good to put them there, and it also means that you're completing two objectives with one setup. One objective is prevent the guys from blitzing down the sides, and the other objective is prevent my skinks from getting hit. Because even if suppose you put those two guys one square to the outside.
Yep.
Then you can actually put a skink behind them.
To avoid the frenzy. Well,
not just to avoid the frenzy, but if the guy goes down, he's still not progressing past that skink.
Right. Now I understand. Right. Okay. But couldn't they mark columns? If they did that, so let's say that the Saurus is out one square to the right. You've got a skink one square behind him. Then can they not mark the Saurus and blitz the skink?
No, because
I'm trying to imagine it in my head. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm struggling.
So let me do the mirror setup for you here with my guys.
Yeah, sure.
So your Saurus is here.
Yeah.
Your skink is there.
Yeah.
Your other Saurus is here. And your other skink is there.
Oh.
See that? And then these are your three on the LOS.
Sure.
And then the other side is mirror image, except I don't have enough players.
Sure.
So your four skinks are here, and mirror image.
Yep.
And you've got this wall of Saurus to protect them.
And they can't do it. Yeah.
So the only way they're blitzing a skink is if they manage to knock down your 3 guard guys on the LOS. Yeah. And that means you're forcing them down the center. You're forcing them to deal with your line of scrimmage guys, which is what you want. And you're keeping them very confined, and you're the one controlling the pitch. You're the one placing the guarders, controlling the pace of the game.
And even if they succeed with all that, they get one hit on a skink.
Yeah. Exactly. So, especially if you've got that strength 5, 4, or 5 guard line of scrimmage set up, that will totally lock down the game. Mm-hmm. Unless you're up against Kloppom, in which case you're kind of screwed.
Isn't that pretty much a disclaimer for every game of Blood Bowl ever played?
Yeah, kinda.
Unless you would Elves. So we're talking about getting a lot of skills on Sora. How often are you handing off to Sorai in order to try and skill them up?
So my first Lizardman team ever, the scale models over on Fumble, you can check them out. Maybe one of you guys in chat can link them as well. I actually counted how many of my touchdowns were on skinks. And at first I prioritized Saurus touchdowns a lot, but as I had an Agility 4 skink and I had Saurus who had lots of skills already anyway.
Okay.
I stopped prioritizing, so then I also stopped counting. At that point, I had, of my first 200 touchdowns, less than half were on skinks.
Jesus.
Yes. That's how much I prioritized them.
Is that just eating rerolls to hand it off, or what's
what you do is you get into a situation where failing the handoff is actually not that bad.
Right.
You
have to be doing pretty well to be in a situation where dropping the ball is not a problem.
But lizards can do that well. That's the thing. Because and the thing is, it's a self-accelerating system, right? If I look at a lizard team and I see that it's got skilled up skinks and rookie Saurus, I'm like, oh, easy game. If I look at a lizard team and I see it's got skilled up Saurus and rookie skinks, I'm like, oh fuck, here we go.
Right.
And that means that because you're doing these handoffs to your Saurus, you're going to have block and guard on a bunch of Saurus and very few skills on the skinks. So you're going to have a low team v team with good Saurus. Which means you have an easier time dominating the pitch. Which also means you have an easier time freeing up a Saurus, getting him into a position where you can safely fail a handoff and building them further. So it snowballs. The better your team gets, the more you can afford to make those risky plays in places where they're not really all that risky.
And again, I realize I'm bouncing around, but hopefully it'll be useful for me and others. How often are you thinking about? So I assume Slibbly is not a one-time thing. Like I assume Slibbly is one that you genuinely consider with your inducements. And when you've got him,
if I don't need to give up a wizard for him, he's guaranteed.
So we got Slibbly a reasonable amount of the time in skewed matches.
Yeah, but skewed matches are pretty rare, of course. So
I get them a lot, but maybe it's just me because I don't play. When I was playing Colt. Anyway, right. So we got Slibbly, and how are we prioritizing not doing things with him that might get special player points, or we're just not worried about that?
Well, I mean, you're not going to hand off to him.
Agreed, but you are. If you've got the choice of hitting someone with him or hitting Saurus, are you hitting them with the Blocksaurus?
I'm hitting them with the Blocksaurus. Well, I'm hitting them with the one that has the best situation, but that's quite often going to be the Blocksaurus simply because of the reroll possibility. But if I have a no Blocksaurus, it becomes a lot more complicated.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. How the hell did you... Oh, quick snap. Yeah.
Yeah, it helps. That's actually one of the biggest weaknesses of the setup, where you put these guys where they are now, like this guy, the dodge one, and the one I just blocked, is quick snap kind of ruins it.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah. So I wouldn't really avoid Slibbly suddenly doing stuff. It's really quite okay.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, his role isn't to do stuff. His role is to stand there and be a guarder. Ooh. You know what? Have fun with it.
You kind of have to re-roll.
Oh, this is interesting. Wow. Well, that bounce was
incredible.
Yeah, it was one square away from the worst possible outcome here.
Yeah. Okay.
So one thing you want to consider here is, before you try the blitz, how much control can you get here? Do you see a good croc spot yet?
Yeah, but it would be after the blitz.
That's one option.
So one option is there.
Yeah.
Second option is probably there.
Yeah.
Third option could be there, but I don't like it.
I would put him one square forward from there.
Here?
Yeah. If you want to move him before the blitz, that's where I'd put him. If you want to move him after the blitz, then actually he still can't go there.
No, because you'd have to go through the ball. Yeah.
Exactly. So onto the two catchers is not bad. But this square is also good. Because suppose you fail the block, the blitz,
immediately, like double
then
skull
then at least you've got him on two guys, and never mind, and on the ball as well. Having tail on the ball is really good.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right. You stand up at least the one next to my frenzy. You might want to reconsider the other one because surfs.
Yeah. I might want to tempt you into putting a lot of resources into surfing that guy so that I can get the ball and win.
Yeah, the thing is, again, you're only giving me the opportunity. You're giving me the choice.
Yeah, I'm giving you the choice between doing it or dodging versus the choice between not doing it and not dodging.
The thing is, if I dodge, then you're still standing. That's true. The thing is, if I if you fail somehow, and I don't need to use my blitz to actually get the ball, that's the situation that worries me. I would get the ball and the surf.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, if everything works, if you've got the ball anyway, then you can still dodge out. Or still decide to stand up and let me allocate resources there. But if I don't need the blitz for the ball, then standing him up there is really bad for you. Yeah. I like the Slibbly position. I might have blitzed with Slibbly because of both down is good, but then again, you really don't want to fail here. Yeah. So think about where the cage is going to be.
Yeah. We got a 4-man cage. I would use it with the guy that's behind and to the left of the ball, and he would form one corner.
He would form a back corner, probably.
Yes.
Yes, that sounds splendid. That means you can. That means you can already position the front corner.
Yeah.
Next to the ball, you want that there.
Yeah.
Before you fail the pickup, basically.
Yeah.
It also means you can use one skink for the front corner. Oh, actually, the back corner. Never mind. Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
Because the Saurus can be the front. I just counted. Right. Saurus are so fast. No. So the question is, suppose you fail the pickup. Do you want the Saurus where he is now, or do you want the Saurus in the corner? I think you want him where he is now. Because he's screening and he has the potential to blitz. So that's why you don't form that cage corner yet. Those are also really the kinds of decisions that can determine a game. If you set up your entire cage and then wind up failing
without it, yeah,
then losing that guy there would have been huge. You see that?
It would have been massive, yeah. Okay, yeah. So now we dodge the skink out into where?
Probably screening off the back of the cage, so next to the crocs.
Would you screen off the back of the cage, or would you screen off there? To make it harder to knock the corner skink out?
Well, time. The thing is, I've got tackle on my dancer. He might jump in.
Oh, tits.
I guess you weren't planning to make that GFI anyway. Don't reroll that.
I wasn't gonna. I was just taking a moment to lament.
So I think I would rather have that Crocs down than standing. The Saurus.
I was gonna potentially dodge him.
Yeah, but so the thing is, even now that you failed this GFI, I would still be happy that I didn't stand up that Saurus.
Right, okay.
So let's see, you've got this there. That's not good enough.
How do Lizardmen fare against undead, where you've got a couple of mummies to contend with? Do they have to totally change their style, or...?
Early on they struggle, later on they dominate. Because? Lizards are very good against teams that don't have super high agility and don't have super massive strength. Because they're what we would call the betweener races.
Right.
Oh crap, I'm in my own way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's fine. Betweener races really suffer against lizards because they oh, whoops. The betweener races don't have the agility to keep dodging away from you, but they also don't have the strength to compete with you block for block. So humans or undead, they really have a hard time against lizards.
Jesus
well, this
Christ.
is interesting. Right. Watch me regain control of the game here for a moment. Right, so neither of these have sidestep, so I want to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Could be there.
Against dwarves, I guess they have a tough time with Dauntless and a bunch of guard and stand firm.
Dwarves and lizards is a very interesting matchup, because if you like your lizards like I like my lizards, wow, that was a lot of like.
That was, yeah.
Then you're gonna have a hard time against dwarves because I give everyone dodge.
Uh-huh.
But if you build your lizards without any doubles, which is also a very valid way of doing things, then why isn't this dancer there yet? 6, 8. If you build your lizards without any doubles, so you just go the standard route that I just described and ignore the fact that you could have gone with dodge, then it actually becomes... oh wait, I left a gap there. Well, good for you. Go exploit the gap. If you build them without any doubles, then what you have is dwarves and lizards, both with their guard. You've got the speed to counter their slowness, but they have the tackle to counter the skink's dodge. You can be bashy, but they've got thick skull. So there's really an interesting balance there, I think.
Okay. But lizards would struggle against a bunch of stand firm, wouldn't they? And a lot of dwarves seem to take that route.
Yeah, a bit maybe. But then again, the thing is, you only need, like, what happens quite often is you get a bunch of good blocks as lizards. I mean, if you've got 7 guard, then you're going to outstrength the dwarves. They're going
Right.
The dwarves guard are still going to have a hard time getting a bunch of 2-die blocks. And you only need one turn where the dwarves don't get all their blocks in, and you get a couple of blocks in, and then you can say, you know what? I'm moving everyone 6 squares.
Okay.
And from that moment on, the dwarves are going to be playing catch-up, because they're going to stand up and move 1 square, and then the next turn they're going to move 4 squares, and then you're going to be on the other side of the pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, the speed difference is so massive. And if you've got a break tackle Saurus, the dwarves can't just sit there and mega bunker. They need to move at some point. At some point, you can just take a 5+ dodge into the cage, if you want, or you can stand in front of it and mark it all over the place and watch them struggle to get free. Just put a couple of guard Saurus around the cage, and he's going to spend all his turn simply trying to get you to move away and trying to get his 2-die blocks together.
Right.
That's assuming all of your skills are in something other than dodge, because obviously dodge for that matchup means you've got a bunch of team value that you're not using, and everything gets a lot worse.
So in this situation, I presume we just try and take a 2-die on him and hope for a POW.
Whoa, not so fast.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
So that guy's got sidestep, so we've got a big problem. Right.
You can actually put the crocs
Do it
next
with
to the ball.
Slibly.
You could do it with Slibly. What you might consider... No, you've got tackle on those. Yeah. Yeah, so Slibly has grab, which cancels sidestep on a blitz.
Oh, okay.
So that's something to take into account. Yeah, because then at least you can put the crocs there. Yeah. Yeah. So blitzing with Slibly is not ideal, because the catcher has block too. There you go. So I get to use dodge, but at least you get to cancel my sidestep. So normally, if I don't have sidestep, a grab doesn't do anything if you blitz.
Right.
But now that I do have sidestep, grab helps you along. So I'm looking at a 4+ dodge here to get away, because tail plus a tackle zone. So that's not bad for you.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
And the Crocs has strength 5 and potentially a guard assist from Slibly. And Slibly has stand firm, so he's also very hard to remove there.
You've got tackle there.
Yeah.
Are we going to just try and hit the war dancer anyway?
Yeah, and foul him and kill him, please. That's your job right now. Who blocked here? Tor... Is that this one? No, this one. You know what? You can try again.
I will have to.
You don't really have to. Oh, you do, though. you might consider not doing so, simply because you're freeing me up here. But in this case, it worked. Oh! Oh, no, you didn't.
Right.
I'm not dead!
So now you foul him.
Now you foul him immediately?
Well, I mean, you make the block first, and you'd get some assists in, but yeah, I'd probably... Well, maybe not. Maybe not, because if you can stop me scoring, then you do secure the win. Did you reroll yet?
Nope.
No. In that case, you might want to make a GFI to get next to my dancer.
With who?
With your sure hands guy. Because the catcher probably isn't scoring.
Here?
Well, actually, no. Yeah, the catcher's probably not scoring.
Here?
I can't see where you're clicking.
You can't see where I'm... Alright, no, I'll do
17.
it. There's that.
Oh, yeah, that works as well. Yeah, sure. Actually, no, that doesn't work at all. Damn. I meant to the side of my my dancer, but okay. Doesn't matter.
Side of your dancer... I don't see it. I'm going to do this.
So that you would prevent my dancer from catching a ball and scoring.
Uh-huh.
So now... I might have some options here. Oh, no fouls. Right. So if I do that and that, then all I need is one more assist there, which I can't really arrange. So that's going to be a 1 die. Alright. Alright. So the reason the place where you put him now is not that great.
I saw it in chat. It's because you can chain push the ball carrier out.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I didn't see immediately how. I guess I will in a sec.
Yes, yes, you shall.
Oh, that skink. Right, I was thinking about the sure hand skink. Right, that was the problem, skink. I understand.
Yeah. Well, the other one I could have done as well. If I've moved my catcher next to Slibley, then I could have just blocked the sure hand skink with 2 dice with my dancer into my catcher, who would then sidestep wherever the hell he wants.
How'd you get 2 die? Because you've got an assist on him. On the dancer, I mean, there's a Saurus. Oh no, because he's blocked off by the... Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So now this 1 die is kind of scary, but a push is enough. And then we can just hand off. Actually, this is 2 dice. We don't need to hand off.
You're just going to move him up and dodge out.
Nope, dodging out sucks because of the Crocs, but we can chain push again. There. Saves me GFI. Oh, I'm not sure if I needed a GFI even. I think so. But the chain push helps. Yeah, I didn't need a GFI. There. Oh, a 1 and a 2! Well, that could have been worse. So, you made me score early.
But I shouldn't have crowded the ball.
Yeah, well, if you do crowd the ball, you want to be very wary of where you put your guys and what opportunities you create for chain pushing. It really depends a lot on whom you're playing against. Because if you're playing against really experienced coaches, these are the kinds of things that will screw you over. But if you're
Shouldn't
playing
I
against...
just always assume I'm playing against experienced coaches?
Well, I found that there are times when I, for instance, play someone in kind of a bait for a surf, for instance, which I would never do if I knew my opponent was very skilled. because I would know that they wouldn't fall for it. But if I know my opponent is kind of poor at the game, I can actually make those plays because I have a reasonable knowledge that they're probably going to fall for it, and that's going to make it a lot easier for me. So there is kind of a mentalizing, mind-reading aspect to all of this.
So you might leave a skink, for example, in the range of a double GFI on an important turn.
For instance, yes. Or
So,
I would put a sidestep player just on the sideline.
Right, hoping they don't see this.
A good coach would either ignore him or crowd him in and serve him. But there are players against whom I'm playing that I already know in advance they're not going to do that.
They're going to waste their blitz, right?
Yeah. For instance, if I know my opponent's good, I try and prevent him from one-turning. If I think my opponent is probably has no idea how to, I'm just going to protect my players.
Right.
Quick snap. One thing that I didn't think about, and I'm not sure whether you did, is that you also had a wizard?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot.
Okay, no, I thought about it in the previous one, but it looked like a situation that I could get a handle on without it, and I was wrong, so...
Yeah, you had some control. Yeah, I can see that.
It was because of the gap. Because of that gap you left. It looked like I just needed to make one dodge.
Fair enough.
Yeah, one block. I don't know. Right. I don't see much reason to take any of this.
Yeah, not really.
Kind of fine where it is. Yeah, you need more than double to get 3 die.
That is correct. Yes.
Right. So it doesn't. That's not going to happen. So yeah. Beautiful. So punch him for 3. Or defend the ball first.
You've still got 3 rerolls. The ball is pretty safe. So you don't really need guys to mark the ball. You've got 3 rerolls though.
So maybe make the reroll.
Which means doing rerollable blocks is not a bad idea.
Okay. Beautiful. I might want to cage up on that side. So does it matter where this guy goes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, put him to the side.
And then follow?
No, I wouldn't.
Come on, break the bloody armor. Right.
Well, you've got 13 versus 9.
I'll accept that for now. 3 die.
Yeah, I could do.
Or maybe move this guy over because he's not doing much there. I'm thinking about just moving. Where's the cage going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the cage can basically the Dodge Saurus can form one corner of the cage and doesn't need to move.
Yeah, that works. If you want to go for that side, because your other side is slightly stronger.
Yeah, but I was thinking about just bringing bringing him over.
Because the fact that the ball is there doesn't matter, right? Because you can move in a diagonal.
Right, I see. So in which case, that...
The guy who just moved could form the back corner. Yes. Whoa. Yeah. If your cage is going to be where the Crocs is now, for instance, then you'll need 1 GFI.
Yeah, okay. Which is not terrible.
Unless you wind up using the reroll before then.
Then it's terrible. Him away. Because I don't want him to wake up next to my...
No, close. Waking up next to the cage is fine.
Just standing up next to the cage.
Standing next to the cage sucks. Because you want to mark my prone players more than you want to mark my standing players.
I don't feel comfortable having a skink on that back corner because I think you're going to come around the back and smack him and then end up next to my ball carrier. So I'd rather have a Saurus there.
No. Because if the skink is on the back corner, then I don't get to come around and smack him because you can screen him off.
Oh, okay.
With that same Saurus. This is why my skinks don't get killed.
Because they're screened off.
Yeah, exactly. If you
This
would put
guy
the
screens
Saurus
him
there,
off exactly where he is, actually.
yeah, exactly where he is, or 4 squares forward, or whatever. Yeah. I wouldn't put him 4 squares forward until you've tried to pick up, though.
Or until I've done the blitz as well, right?
Yeah, I did the blitz before.
Are we taking the Slibbly block first?
Yeah, sure. By the way, I have used Slibbly. Yeah, so bring him between you two. Oh, you've got a skink there.
Between him and the Crocs, or between him and the...
Well, I wouldn't put using the Crocs because the Crocs is a cage corner.
Yeah,
but it's just a pity that you've got the skink there.
Yeah, but the skink technically makes it to get to make a 2-die block.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Not perfect though. Right. Okay, so now we make the pickup.
Yep.
Make the GFI. Lovely. Then make the 4 square forward block screen.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And then the middle guy
Can blitz.
after blitzing can also screen.
Yeah, and he's...
You might even put this guy 1 square to the side. That's closer to the thrower. So that your screen... No, never mind. No, scratch that.
Depending on who you're going to blitz or whatever. Where are you considering putting this guy that's about to blitz? And we are going to blitz the thrower, right?
You are going to blitz the thrower. You want to blitz him in, I think. So, yeah, there. So that the square where he winds up actually marks the thrower again. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's worth the reroll. So then you put him 2 squares right, which means he's in the thrower's way, and he gives me a harder time to actually do something useful. I mean, I can still blitz the ball with no trouble, but I can't really do anything about it afterwards. If I get the ball loose, I'm not going to be able to move anyone around to actually go and get it.
Dodgesaurus here or no?
One forward, maybe?
Just here, screening.
Yeah, just there. It means I have a harder time blocking the Rebecca Linares. It means my loner is now marked. Marking prone guys is well, not as awesome as the AI makes it out to be, but it's pretty good. Especially this guy, right? My Bilarifin.
The loner.
He's stuck.
He's going nowhere. Yeah.
Exactly. Right, so we are going to block him because blocks are good. We're just going to stand him up, let you turn over there. Oh wait, I should be columning up, so shouldn't I? That was the idea here.
I got the idea from the fact that I simply shouldn't be letting you get to the point where you can column comfortably. I think maybe I was giving people too much time or something.
Yeah, I think that might definitely be part of the problem. Right, so we're going to go here.
Or maybe the last time I played against columns, I just had some bad dice and I couldn't put anyone down or do anything. You know, you can't bridge the gap then.
Damage helps. I think Dark Elves are a lot nastier when they column up than Wood Elves are.
It has typically been Dark Elves that I've been dealing with this. You're not having fun with that today.
Wow. Now I'm not having fun.
Oh!
Alright.
Looks like you got a challenge in chat.
A challenge? A challenge, eh, Hunter? Alright, I'd say you've earned that. What's the challenge?
First person to eat a lemon with the skin on.
Well, I wasn't planning on taking my skin off, thank you very much.
You're attached to it, are you?
Yes, quite just so, yes.
Wizard, there's no effective way to use a wizard here, right? It's time.
No, I did it as a failsafe.
Very good.
If something goes wrong, you can wizard your way out.
So, okay, we'll do the same thing again. I have a look. I've got a problem because I've got this sidestep guy in my way again.
Yeah. Well, you've got a bunch. Well, actually, you've got one 3-die option on him, which is the Crocs. So that's the
Yeah,
ideal.
that's the one we're likely to take.
I wouldn't start off with that.
Oh, if I get that, then I could hit the thrower and then just move through the gap.
Yeah, but you don't need that.
Have I lost connection? I've got waiting for opponent.
You have. I've got waiting for server, so apparently I've lost connection. So one of the things that they're going to be fixing in the new edition, by the way, is crashes and disconnects from inducement phase. Currently, if you crash in the inducement phase, you cannot reconnect because the game hasn't started yet. Oh, I'm losing connection everywhere? Is the stream still live? Is this thing on? This thing is on. Huh. Yeah, interesting. So apparently I've lost connection to bloodbowl 2 and to Discord, but not to Twitch. That's interesting. And Hunter is just playing with us, indeed. Alright, never mind. Let's see if I can reconnect to this. Yeah. Oh, Discord is not liking this. Well. Let me see if I can get Draysen back on here. Sorry about this, guys. Am I muted? Am I muted? Fuck you, Hunter, seriously. Wow, my Discord is seriously dead. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, you powed me.
I did.
I would not have started off with that block, which is what I was about to say when the connection died. But it worked, so it's all good. So the thing is, if you made this block and that one, you could sorry, I'm not explaining things well. If you were blocking the loner and pushing the dancer out the way, you already had quite some ways to advance already.
I've lost you again.
Da.
Hello?
Da hell. Hello? Are you
Okay,
here?
I can now hear you.
Well, you can hear me, but bloodbowl 2 can't.
Oh, wonderful.
This is mighty interesting.
Well, let's use the free time that we lost. Can you
Yes.
see Blood Bowl?
Yes, I can see my client just fine.
Oh, super. So let's... what should I be doing here? My plan was to hit the thrower. Is that silly?
No, hitting thrower seems fine. So you want to... Yeah. You want to figure out who will be your cage, right?
Yeah.
Because I think what you might want to do is make the block on the thrower your blitz action, or make the block by Slibly your blitz action. That might actually be better.
Okay.
Because the blitz action lets you free up the Saurus that rolls the push, and then move him forward.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so it looks like the stream can't hear you now.
What? No, they're...
I don't think they're messing with you this time. Could be wrong. Oh no, maybe they are messing with you.
I'm pretty... I can see... No, screw this. Oh man, I am far too gullible for this. Yeah, so what I would do is
I'm going to crack on with the turn.
block the thrower.
Yep.
Blitz with Slibly. Move Slibly forward to become the forward corner of your cage. The thing is, I already decided that they were screwing with me until you said, "Oh, hey, it looks like," and then I just went with your judgment instead of mine.
Mistake.
Yeah,
Right.
because I've known these guys for a while, and yeah, I could have guessed.
Where are you making this cage?
So I think the guy who just blocked the thrower could be the back corner.
Given that he's stunned him, so yeah, it's kind of safe.
Doesn't matter if he's prone; he's as safe.
Right.
Don't be wary of caging next to prone guys unless they have jump up.
Front corner would have to be a skink close to a dancer. I'm not delighted about that.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Screen him off, I guess.
Well, I would have probably done the same trick we discussed last time. In fact, you still can. So I would... Oh, wait. So the guy you just moved... Oh, 16 seconds. Goes back one and diagonal. So mark the guard guy. Yes. And then the skinks can be the corners. Because at this point, the cage corners are less in the thick of it than the guys you're moving to make my life harder, right?
Yes, 1 second.
You still got 3 blocks to make, which are pretty self-explanatory. Pow the dancer, very good. Doesn't really matter. Pow push the loner, that's fine. Yeah, that's a good end of your turn.
That was lovely.
Yeah, see, now you've also screened off your cage a bit, so that I can't really get a tag on Marsha May, which means I'm having a harder time. Yeah, this is very good position-wise. You see why? If I want to get a 2-die on the ball, you've got Slibly on the front corner, which means I can't cancel his assist.
Yep.
And you've got Marsha May on the back corner, and I can't easily cancel her assist either.
Yeah.
Because it's screened off.
Yeah.
So between those two, I've got a hell of a hard time getting a 2-die. In fact, screening off Naomi or Asa Akira is also hard because of the way you positioned Rachel Starr. Remember, you wanted to use her as a cage corner?
Yeah.
It would have been much easier for me to get to you if you had, because then there would be a skink there or no one, and I could have moved around. But now you've got me boxed in because you're using your Saurus in the place where their strength and their armor matters the most.
This is exactly what I was hoping to do in terms of learning about lizards, and also by looking at this. I mean, admittedly, we briefly dealt with the columns, but we have dealt with a lot of other stuff that's helped me deal with the columns. So yeah,
excellent. Yeah. So
question. So just theoretical, what do you do from here?
I go and roll some 3s.
All right. Okay.
A bunch of them. There. See, a 3 and a 2. And then a 3. Oh wait, that's a 4. Oh, prehensile tail, you get. I start lucking my way because I need it. That's how this works for me. Oh, right. That's not a blitz.
Oh dear.
I didn't click blitz. I clicked him once, and then I wanted to get the menu, and then I double clicked. Booger. What do? I misclick and I lose. That's what I do. Like a boss. Yeah.
When in doubt, panic.
Wait, how I've done that before. Yeah, it's the screen between Rachel and the Crocs and the two Saurus out there. You've really screened off the half of the pitch where I am, and I have gone and activated my dancer. Yeah, brilliant. There. See, I'm gonna roll 3, and then a 2, and then a 5.
Holy no!
That's not a 5. You can safely stall and you want to.
I would say I could safely stall, and I would probably win. How about if I pass the turn back to you, and we see how it goes if you got the ball off me?
No. Well,
Which one would teach me more?
If I were a real opponent, would you have said, "Oh man, that sucks. You had that misclick. Here, have a turn."
Oh, not in a million years, but my point is that, but by stall, I'm not gonna lie. I'd never even think about it. But
I've done that.
I've had people do it to me. I'm just not the sort of guy to do it.
I'm the sort of guy who plays Chaos in Call.
I'm a Chaos player, for God's sake. My question is...
I think stalling well is very educational.
All right, fine.
To answer the question that you already asked, but I hadn't answered yet.
That's fine. All right.
So you're looking at how far can my skink get before I roll any dice. And he can get to the sideline. You don't want him on the sideline, though, because I've got a movement 9 dancer whom you haven't moved yet. And if you want a 9 on him, I'm surfing you.
Right.
So stay 1 square away from the sideline. And see how far you can get that safe. So you've got a skink who can be the front corner.
You want the skink to be the front corner
because they run faster. So then your limiting factor will be the back corner. So the Saurus. So if you click a square where you think it'll go, I've got a square in mind where I think it'll go. Tell me where you think it'll go. Yes, where the ball carrier. Yeah.
Okay, so 1 sec.
Thank you, Nosedive. It's much appreciated. Actually, I could probably use some help with my trolling.
Have a chat with Kumo. Right. That's the square I'm thinking of.
I was going to go 1 square to your right. But, yeah, this works. Yeah. Why not?
Because you're going to get surfed, no?
My frenzier is out.
Right, but if I put the ball carrier there, then I've got 2 guys on the sideline.
Oh, well, you don't have to get the back. So, the sideline isn't a place I can go, right? I can't go into the crowd. So, that means you can screen without actually caging.
So, this guy here. This guy here.
Yeah.
Which gives this guy safely here.
Yes. And then the dodge guy can be slightly behind there, which is actually not a problem. If you were making an X cage, that would be a problem.
There?
Oh, 1 more forward. There, yeah.
Just to make the dodges all horrendous. Right, okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And then after you've made the block with Slibly, which is 3 die with block, then you can move the other skink to the other side.
So push and follow.
Yes. Exactly. 6, 7, 8. So you can reach the... I would probably just take the square that fills up the cage thingy. So right in front of the ball carrier.
Here?
See that? Well, no, in front.
Here?
The direction, yes.
All right.
Because now my catcher can't swing around and blitz from that side.
Okay.
See that?
Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise
okay.
my catcher could come in from the open front, and now you can't. So now you've just got some blocks and a blitz. I would say make the blocks and then see whether you can blitz the dancer if he's still around. You've got 6 seconds. Make the blocks.
Just do it!
There you go, that's a POW. Oh, you can actually push onto the croc so you don't need the blitz even. It happens. Oh wait, you can't because sidestep. Haha, now you need to blitz. And haha, I live yet.
Yeah.
Next block. Time. Oh, it's a POW and it's not the dancer. And you get to make the last one? You do! Oh. He was so gonna win me this game.
Oh!
And now he's not. Wow, that sounded very excited there for a moment.
Have that. I just enjoy seeing dancers go down. They cause me so much grief. Like
Yeah, I can see that. Alright, so my options have become
limited.
somewhere on the range between limited and non-existent. Down, right? Yeah. He's down right. There.
Okay.
That's the plan. And it was a good one, but it didn't work. Oh, yes. Exactly. These are the kinds of situation where you can hand off to a Saurus.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's give that a go. So,
Well, so I wouldn't do it here with these two guys. What I would probably do...
why not? You haven't got
is-
sidestep.
Sorry?
You haven't got sidestep.
So?
So I can push that guy off, then it's a safer handoff to the Rachel Star.
Well, what I would probably do, actually, in your situation, is surf both the sidestepper and the garter, and then hand off to Tory Black on the other side of the pitch. Does that sound like fun? Let's
It
do
does.
that.
I'm just having a look at how.
Well, you first, Rachel Star pushes my garter in front, behind for you, your dodge guy.
Yeah. 3
It's
die.
a 3
fine.
die. Yes. You pick the POW push. I won't choose. I'm not even allowed to use dodge, so don't pick the POW. Yes. Exactly.
Follow.
Then one of your skinks goes and stands in front of the sidestepper. Yes, you do follow.
Goes and stands.
On the sideline in front of the
Here?
sidestep. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then your Saurus in the backfield can blitz the guard guy into the sidestepper. Seeing these kinds of options can also make a lot of difference. I mean, it's turn 14 now, but if you do this on turn 4, it's huge, right?
Yeah.
So you take the push. Well, I think you've got it from here. Yes, he did ask whether there are bridges in Amsterdam. Alright, that's one. And the next. No, sidestep does not work when you are down on the ground. That is correct. All the pushes! Everybody.
Hey. Okay. I really seen that, so that was nice. that was satisfying. I've got to say.
I know, right? Yeah. So now you don't even need to go to the other side of the pitch, but now you can see how if you fail a handoff now, it's also a lot safer than it was before.
Absolutely fine. Yeah.
So you can afford to bring all 3 of your Saurs forward-ish. try and figure out. So at this point, I would have probably spent the last 2 or 3 turns looking at which Saurus has 3 star player points or 13, and make sure that they're in a forward position so that they can actually escape and receive the handoff.
Yeah. Okay.
Because lizards can get into these kinds of situations a lot because they are silly good. So make sure you screen off the guy who's going to receive the handoff very well. Because, elves are elves, and even though you've got Prehensile Tail, you want to make sure. So for that skink that doesn't have the ball can help screening.
Yeah.
And then the skink that does have the ball can pick the best square to hand off from, so that he's... I would keep him there, actually. So the skink, Naomi Russell, could go, say, 2 squares in front of Slibley. Yeah. And then the Mary Queen could hand off from right behind Tory Black, or maybe diagonally behind. So that that works. There is a bit of a weak spot here in Marcia May, but it's not that bad. So, yeah, I reroll that. Well, that was roughly 50-50.
Yeah, yeah.
And so depending on how this goes, next turn you can either try and pick up with the Saurus, or if you feel like you need to get the ball safer first, pick up with the skink and then hand off to the Saurus. Preferably on the same turn. Because you don't... So this is already getting into risky territory, right? Because it's now turn 15.
Yeah.
Suppose you fail to pick up with the Saurus. That's roughly 50-50 if you use a reroll. Then on the next turn, you need the Sure Hand Skink, and then it's a 1 out of 9 chance that you tie because you try to skill them.
Yeah, yeah.
And in those situations, unless I'm playing for a tournament or something, I tend to still be a greedy bastard and just do it.
Right, okay.
Right, so... Wait...
Squiggy, don't lie, Manchester is always raining.
That's 3 tackle zones right there.
Holy Christ.
Leroy, not so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
would you make the handoff? Would you put a Saurus on the touchdown line and make it there?
you know that I can't, right?
Yeah.
So, the only thing I can do to make your life harder if you feel something this turn is snatch the ball.
Yeah.
So you lightning bolt the guy who has dodge and wrestle.
Right. Yep.
Just on the off chance that he would be able to interfere. There, that's your 1. You used it up.
Very good.
So,
yes, I am.
So you tag my players a bit so that they have a hard time of getting there, and you get a lot of guys swarmed around the ball. Also, however, you also want to consider where can you get your players so that he can also not get stopped.
Wouldn't you? So you'd want the Saurus, I don't know, there, right?
Yeah, somewhere like there. But you also want a couple of players to prevent me from tagging that. Because if I'm next to him, that could still land you in trouble. Nah, it's not a big chance, but you know. Wait, what's happening here? Because if that's where he's going, then you're not protecting him from where you are now.
Correct. So I was about to screen him off like hell.
Yeah, so Valentine Nappy is the one who's going to score?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to pick up with the skink?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Is that stupid? Should I have picked it up with the...
I might have tried to pick up with the Saurus. The benefit of what you're doing now is that you can protect that area better.
Yeah.
But you also want to protect from the 1 in 9 on the skink.
Right. Okay. So I've kind of created more work for myself almost.
No, that's okay. You've got enough player advantage to make it happen. So one of them should go next to the ball, like the Asakura skink. Yeah, I would probably put him one square diagonally forward, so that you're also screening off my access to the ball from Killer Orc. Yeah, there.
There?
Yeah, you see how that means I can't reach the ball without making a second
Another
3+
one.
dodge.
Right.
Yeah. If you click my player, you see kind of like this sea of tackle zones.
Yeah, okay.
That's what you want.
Okay. Given that he's the major threat, so
I think you can bring Naomi in.
Naomi into the Valentina to there.
No, I would put him on the ball.
To here.
Yeah. And this is probably when I would be doing the pickup.
You wouldn't do that.
Well, if you move Tori Black, I would move her one square diagonally forward and right.
Forward and right. That's
Yes.
forward and right for me. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I'm taking your perspective there.
that's excellent. Right, and now we're going for the pickup.
This is a good time. Yeah. You don't want to 9 that.
And move one more, I would say, here.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter much.
Come on.
There you go. That's 3 fails. You can reroll because you got sure hands anyway. Oh, 4 fails. So at this point, I stop being a greedy bastard.
And try and score, yeah.
Yeah. However, first off, I'm going to half die you into the ball, which is going to go out of bounds, and I'm going to tie. If I do both down, I can't... If you both do both down, I can't do anything. So... Nope. Too bad. Too bad. No, I should have picked no. Would have been funnier.
Yeah, just let it happen. Try to go for the injury.
But now I can do this. Come on! Headbutt me!
Alright.
Well, that was
That was
anticlimactic.
disappointing.
Yeah. Alright. So here you go. 1 in 9 to tie.
Or a 1 in 3 to tie brilliantly.
Actually, yeah, for a friendly, I would be more amused by that. Yeah.
No! Oh, I was hoping it was going to bounce onto the Saurus, onto the downed Lino, onto the Skink, and then he would catch
yeah, that
it.
would have been glorious. Yeah. All right.
Lovely. All right.
This was fun.
It was good. Thank you.
Yeah, so do you feel like you got your, well, maybe not the initial goals, but at least some goals covered?
I feel like we got the secondary goal covered significantly more than I was expecting. Namely, I feel much more positive about lizards, and that
Nice.
I feel I understand them a little bit more. And they did appeal to me, and I think anything that has less chaos players in the world is probably a good thing. So, but the column defense, I think, since I asked you for it, and since it became my sort of problem, I think I've spoken to a few people about it, and everybody just says, "Oh, it's not that big of a problem. You just don't let them do it, or you get an injury and then it's all fine, or whatever." So
Well,
maybe I just had a really bad game with it or something. I don't know.
I have more experience using it than playing against it. And I do know that when I use it, it can work quite a lot, and it can do a ton of good for your team and for your games. I mean, there's plenty of games where I've scored in my drive, turn 8, and then just went and did column defense for 8 turns and won 1-0 with Dark Elves.
Right.
So I think if we want to have, I think actually 1-0 is probably the score that defines Dark Elves the most, because of this reason.
Alright YouTube, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember to leave it a thumbs up at the bottom. And of course, if you'd like to see more videos, do check out the channel and hit subscribe on your top right.